Hello, YouTube. Hello, Species Value Nature System. I was just doing a video on Facebook. I was going to do a short video telling about how I was going to do a video here. I did the whole thing there. This is regarding, I started off speaking about Tom Sawyer, Tom, a guy, they keep referring to him as a billionaire. Associated with keeps asking for the impeachment of Trump, and no, he's giving no premises. And his premises are recorded ill and sequence shifting crime roles. These are people with crime acts roles through administrations. These are people with crime acts roles with shared natures of policing individual nations grouped and together. This was entrenched here since before our founders' births. They made England be the face of it in a way that knew then and now, then for now, whoever would try to come out, whoever would develop revolt of in other words, they knew everyone was going to revolt out of the crazy laws they had against everyone. They had nations individually grouped and together. In other words, England was only on surface the identity of what colonized Connecticut, where George Washington had to come right before the last battle of the Revolutionary War. With the French general, even with the French general's help, only capable of semi-counter extorting that already entrenched with overt color slavery. Now, this is also to the slavery of our founders. These were laws against anyone who is speaking. These is a pathology of infrastructure that was set up then before cars. Anyone found out speaking about it, they were hurt, the whole families. In other words, if speaking outside of internation monitored database relationships, in other words, nations grouped, they're involved with this, with all kinds of crimes against each age of fact treatment nature, men and women, distinctly and non-distinctly. See, we can't counter what's hurting the little girls. We can't counter the men involved with it unless we counter the women involved with them. And these are interbranch and private, in collusion with the overt criminal enterprises, with a whole bunch of identities of other nations sharing policing, and then of locations and of agreements and relationship to products like medications and things like that. In relationship to where and how there are anomaly with databases where they've been forging names and switching names with other methods and natures of crimes that our agencies were involved with. That's what motivated them to trade center attack context crime acts roles, and one since, even with predicate acts, forging names, switching names with foreign and domestic military. On and off CCSU, criminally involved. Fake news crime acts, criminally involved. Through administrations. They're recorded criminally pretending the presidency to be against obstruction of justice to hide how the sequence shifts reveal that. The sequence shifts reveal that the same courts pretending to be against that stuff were already in collusion with Trade Center predicate acts. A proven sequence shift, a whole bunch of federal criminals and their family members, and people further tied in missed ways to a sequence shift from inside the Ninth Circuit Trade Center attack context. Later proven it had been hand delivered on time, time stamped on time. Then someone from inside the Ninth Circuit post dated documents to appear late and then shown to the panel of judges in the Ninth Circuit right before the Trade Center attack context, right before the planes hit. They ruled it was filed late. That proven led to a 2006 case now in Connecticut, part of a case /S, with defendant, former director of the F.B.I. His co-defendants, federal criminals, and a whole bunch of other federal criminals tied to them are recorded a straight line of crime acts against me and against my family and against a whole bunch of other people. Identity theft crime clicks, way worse. And further with child offenders with the school, proven I tried to point to such recorded. They lie about recorded reality with Wethersfield police, with male and female judges, and people associated with their courts, male and female, sickly criminally involved with them. They put types of experts, even like they use through time victims advocates are being used to further child abuses. People associated with prison cliques on and off CCSU, on and off the other campuses like Middlesex Community College. People associated with federal criminals and their family members, the ones that are co-defendants of a former director of the FBI in a 2006 case, also criminally involved. With them facilitated identity theft crime acts against me, my family members, attach everyone to fake sequence shifts. They keep everyone entertaining conversations with other people's information, just making opinions about it. That's not science, and that's consciously not science. These are breaching roles. This is Tom C.I.A, also like a billionaire. They keep reporting him as CNN. Also recorded because CCSU recorded and confessed involved predicate acts, all kinds of crime acts and natures and roles with the media. They speak through misprision too, and they know this. And this is facilitated from off campuses. This is from off the ground of education, then on off campuses in layers originally and still. So Hartford, Connecticut never had legal representation. Whole bunch of people associated with the Oliveri family and with Wethersfield Pizza, Maria Vazina and her husband Stephen Stocko, associated with John Maya and a whole bunch of other boyfriends she had. Involved with them with Wethersfield police, criminally involved with child offenders. Further, a Leahy family, a whole bunch of doctors recorded and confessed with men and women, his family, drugs with the kids, crimes with the child sex offenders, forging names of doctors, switching names of doctors, using those positions to hide live progressions tied to these interbranch drug cliques, used to hide standing live progression cover-up natures from correlation nature simultaneously inherent, active, and progressive means with free speech and with sequence true. Follow the sequence shifts. Follow the sequence shifts. Yes.